Hello, everybody. Happy Sunday morning to you, or Sunday evening if you're on the other side of the planet. Hope you're having an amazing weekend, and I'm excited to see what Spirit has for us today. Happy Chinese or Lunar New Year, however you look at that. And we will get my desktop all set up here, and we'll get into things, get into trouble, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. All right. If you are new to my channel or new to these readings, welcome. First of all, great to have you here. And let me just get here. That's interesting. So the chat just turned all white instead of black. Did I hit a button or something? I don't know. All right. Well, that's interesting. New update. So we will take a look here. Let me just expand that up here. And all right. Maybe I hit a setting somewhere. You never know. What am I doing, right? All right. But if you are new to my channel, welcome. I got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor, and we'll talk about how everything works here in a moment. Before we get started, though, I do love to send love out to the world, unconditional love energy. So if you'd like to join me in doing that, I, of course, welcome that. And yeah, so whether you're watching live or on replay, we can join together outside of space and time and send this love out to the world. So if you'd like to join me, I'm going to take a big deep breath and come back to right here, right now. Let everything else go. And as we hit the singing bowl, we'll let that unconditional love energy move down, fill our hearts up, and overflow out to the world. So here we go. Beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. I'm just going to put the bowl back here, let it finish its little singing that it's doing. Put that out of the way too. All right. So also, happy Valentine's Day early to everybody. We did put out a new pick a card. Let me just grab this real quick here. Get my mouse here. There we go. So there is a pick a card there for Valentine's Day. And of course, love is in the air. Just to let you know, I do have relationship readings. Now I rolled those out. There are 6 different types and they're half off until the end of February. So if you want to check it out, that's it there. Also, thank you guys so much for helping me reach 2,000 plus subscribers on YouTube. I have a special giveaway this month. It's going to pull winners and announce them on our leap day. I guess you call it leap year day. February 29th, we get an extra day this month. And so you can check there to see how you can get into the drawing. I'm going to be giving away some free readings, and how many I give away depends on how many people actually get into the drawing. So there you go. There's no limit. And today we rolled out, I put an introduction last week on my new podcast, which is From Chaos to Cozy. And today we put out episode 1. So if you want to check it out, there's the link. You can check out the introduction too on the playlist there. And for all my YouTube channel members, you actually get advanced access to future podcasts and also my pick a cards. I record those at least a week in advance. Podcasts, I'm going to try to stay 2 ahead at least, if not more. I'm really excited about the podcast. So you have access to all that. I have two levels, Zen Cricket, which is $2.99 a month, and Praying Mantis, which is $7.99 a month. And at the Zen Cricket level, you get all that access. Plus, on Wednesdays, I'm starting a cozy chat. Had my first one last week where we'll talk about the podcast, answer questions live on that stream, and that's open to, of course, all my YouTube channel members. And then my Praying Mantis level on Thursdays, I have a 2-hour Q&A with them. And then after each one of these free sessions, I have 5 over the weekend. After each one of these, my Praying Mantis, I have an hour with them where we read, we do readings, past life, oracle, answer questions, whatever we want to do. So all that is available if you want to check that out. All that's in the description box down below as well. All right, I think that's everything I wanted to talk about right now. So let me just move these out of the way. And this the chat being white is really throwing me off here. All right, very good. So let me just check a setting real quick here. Oh, let me change this to live chat. And yeah, I don't know why it turned all white, but that's okay. We'll leave it as it is, and I'll worry about that later. So how the readings work is I do go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat for the free readings, and there's no special list. The chat is the list. You just put your question out there or ask for a general reading, whatever. And all this is in the description box of the video too, if you want to kind of check it out. But if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. Step outside of the free readings, dive deeper into those, and then return back and make my way down. So that's the skinny. We're going to start here. We got the Chinese tarot is what we're going to use today in celebration of Chinese New Year. Happy Chinese New Year. And so let's get started. I have a few here for super chats here, and super stickers. So thank you, Supernova, for those. We will start with you. And then I do have Love 1234 and Shay Shay will be up after that through the PayPals. So let's give these a shuffle and get into it. So Supernova, your first question you wanted to know is you're curious to know what is your sense of humor like. All right, so we'll see in general. Of course, everyone's going to take it a little differently depending on their sense of humor, right? I know with me, I've got a wide range, and some people think I got a dark sense of humor, which is okay by me. I have a wide range. So let's take a look here and see just what people see here. Yeah, you've got like three different perspectives, and I feel like you do have a wide sense of humor with these cards, because you got the Empress card, which is someone, from someone's standpoint of who's a nurturer and someone who's kind of grounded and energy. They're all hi, you got a great sense of humor, and it's warm and da 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 da. Then you got the Moon, which is a different type. It's a deep dark, and this is where I feel like you might have a little bit of a dark sense of humor as well with this, the hidden and the unknown. So I feel like you do have a wide variety. And then you have the Queen of Swords, which is someone who balances like their head and their heart coming in here. So this is why I feel like you have, your audience, who to say what in front of who. And, you have some great jokes and some great senses of humor you have around intellectual type of, wow, that was pretty clever what you just said, that's ha ha. Others are like, whoa, I can't believe you just said that. Is anyone else listening? And then the grounded everyday type of humor. So I feel like that the majority of the time you kind of have I guess a jovial, kind of countenance to you, like, and that helps because laughter, it does help heal. But I feel like you pretty much have a positive attitude, and not that you're like a jokester, always joking, 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 but you can make people laugh, and they like that. So, of course, there's always the fuddy-duddies, people too that, you know, don't, appreciate it, but that's their own fault. And nothing to do with you, and that's the whole thing. You like messing with people. Yep. I knew it. And, don't you have Aquarian in your chart too, I think? Because Aquarius, I feel like, we do like shocking people, and there is this Aquarian energy. Don't you have, like, Aquarian new moon or something? But there is this, you like surprising people. You might even look and see what's in your 11th house in your birth chart, or, where Aquarius appears, in your chart if you do have Aquarius in there. Yeah. They're like, "What?" I love it, yeah, so it's good, and keep that, Be quirky, be weird, be fun. Laughter is healing, and it's, one of the fear killers, joy and laughter. Joy is our natural state, laughter is a part of our expression. So I like it for you, and that's what they have right now for you, Supernova. For that one, I like it. So just be you, laugh, what do they say? Cry and you cry alone, laugh and the whole world laughs with you. I think it's reversed. It usually says, laugh and the world laughs with you, cry and you cry alone. People like being uplifted because we resonate with that. That's our natural state. So we like humor. I try to watch comedies and comedians and stuff on YouTube to, you know, uh, lighten moods and all that, to keep that energy in that. So I like it. Right, so that's it for number 1 there. So thank you for that, and thank you for your second sticker. What are all these, funny, emoticon stickers? You're like, "Oh my gosh, what's happening?" Alright, so your second question here, and thank you for this donation, is what do your spirit guides say about what you deserve? Just see things from their perspective. Oh, wow, yeah. That's the whole thing about the spirit world, they think we're awesome. They see us un without any judgment, right? They see us totally deserving of everything that we would ever want. They wanna spoil us. They would if we probably get spoiled on other in other dimensions because we're like, so deserving of everything we could ever want. But down here, we wanna experience different things, and we've asked to experience different things. So they definitely would look at, like, whatever you want, but your higher self has signed up for certain things in this realm. So, yeah. Yeah, I mean, basically, 10 of Pentacles. They feel like, wow, you deserve to have this full life here in this outside world. They're like, there's no reason why you can't have anything that you want. We're the only ones that limit ourselves. We're our little inner child is what goes, no, I don't deserve that. Even have the 2 of Swords. They're like, you could have your heart's desire if you just close your eyes and open your heart and get out of your head, get away from all our limiting thoughts and beliefs. They're like, you could have anything you want. And they're like, but it's you. It's all on you. And the 3 of Wands. I like it that they're like, you can, it's like an adventure theme park with the 3 of Wands. There's all these things that you can go and see and do, and there's no wrong one. And they're like, um, and they are all about, not judging us when we want to change our minds. It's like, well, I asked for that, I know, but I want that now. They're like, that's fine, we'll give you that instead. And you're like, but oh, well, I also want that. Okay, that's cool too. Well, actually, I don't want that or that, or that. I want that. They're like, okay, they're not like, oh my God, make up your mind. They're not. They're so loving and so supportive of our journeys here. If we could only realize that we're the ones, this mind here, the stories. It's like we're wearing these Google glasses, and whatever we're playing is what we're seeing. And they're like, whatever you want to do, there's no wrong. They're all along for the ride. All the clowns in the clown car behind, in the back seat, going, "Let's go! Whatever you want to do, we don't care. We're just happy to be able to experience this dimension with you." It's so different from our human experience for sure. So that's what's coming in for that one there. Yeah, right? Yeah, that, definitely is deep there, right? Yeah, absolutely, Maria, you can definitely PayPal. I just started, so I'm gonna be on for a couple hours, so anyone that wants to make a donation, feel free to do so, absolutely. Yeah, exactly, Nova. It's like the chill. They're just very chill and laid back. We're the ones that are like, there was a meme. Let me see if I think I copied it. Because I feel like this is good for everyone here. Let's see. Let me just jump in here and jump in here. Let's see. Oh, it was here. It was on Facebook. That's why. Where is it? Is this one? Yeah. The universe is not in a hurry. You are. It's why you're anxious and depressed and disappointed. Let go and trust. I was like, boom, that's right. We're the ones that are all, the universe is like, relax. They're very chill, like you said. So I love it. All right. So that's easy breezy with that. And that's what they want you to know right now. Supernova on that one. And then thank you for your third donation. I appreciate that. The 100%. I love that sticker. And you want to know how will your the music sound evolve in the future, especially when you have a chance to expand on those songs that you feel that you could uh, and should expand upon. Well, there are no shoulds. Don't should on yourself. There is could, and I like that. It's like my to-do list. Man, I change it to a could-do list. To do is like work. Should is like expectations and work takes all the air out of our sails when we have a should, supposed to, need to, have to, must, expectations, all this work to get up to just to break even. But once that, it's could, I could do that, or I could do that, and whatever I do is extra. So it's empowering with that as well. So let's take a look here, though, and find out what they feel. How will your music evolve in the future? Once you expand. All right. What are all these? Yeah. Well, it's the norm. I mean, you have like you know, a very nurturing type of energy around it. And there's a lot of new birth type of energy that comes in here. You even have like the the death and the sun, the rebirth and the brightness, right? And I feel like the sound takes on, it's like the dark becomes darker and the light becomes brighter because I feel like the contrast is important, and I feel like you really get this depth of these emotions um, uh, reflected in sound. Lyrics are different. I feel like your lyrics, you're capturing the essence of that, but the sound is like you're gonna be discovering ways of like, how do like you'll be listening to a song and go like, I know this phrase or the sentence in my lyrics, like it doesn't feel dark enough, it doesn't feel painful enough, it doesn't feel this enough. And you're gonna find ways to express that. And then also, this doesn't feel bright enough. It doesn't feel like I want the transition and transformation to be more expressed. And I like that. I mean, because you've got both the queen of coins and the king of coins. And I feel like you will also find ways to express the the divine masculine, the divine feminine energies in it as well. So you just have a variety of different little things and twists that you're doing with the different songs too, because there's some songs that need divine feminine of like I don't know what to do. I need your help, and we become a chalice. That's the divine feminine is I've done everything I can do. Help. And then there's the divine masculine, which is I know what I need to do and I'm going to do it. And there's this different energies that come in with all of that. And you got the page of cups and the 10 of cups, which is joy, 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 joy. And then page of cups is like that said, that deeper emotion that comes in with all of it, where you just really discover um, chords and bringing in different instruments to represent different emotional expressions, and I love that. They're showing me, if you I don't know if you've ever seen, we're just a bunch of maniacs. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. Um, that's funny. Um, yeah, yeah, exactly. August Rush, is it August Rush? I think it's that one. It's an older movie, but it's, about a little boy who is in an orphanage, and he had this natural ability of he just heard sound and everything, and both of his parents, who he didn't know yet, um, were musicians that had met. It's a really interesting story if you haven't seen it. It's called August Rush. Has Robin Williams in it too. Yeah. So that's what's happening, and that's what's gonna continue to happen with the expression of those things. So I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it. So that is what they have for you there, Supernova. I'm excited for your rolling out of your music, and we'll see what we have here. So many blessings. And shout out to Jishan. Hey, Jishan. And also Kritika Malhotra, in addition to Supernova. All of them are members, YouTube channel members. I like to give them a shout out. You see their names in green with their little badges, as they call them. So I like those. All right. So those are those. Thank you again, Nova, for all your donations and your membership. I greatly appreciate that. All right. So let us dive in here. So up next on the PayPal, and I have Love1234. You are up first on the alternate donation options, I guess you could say. All right. So number one, how did the person that you called last night? All right. Feel about you calling. All right. Let's take a look here. See what's going on in their feelings. All right. And number two, oh, I tell you, we'll see why their humans said that, but we'll also find out what's really behind the scenes, because we get nosy. All right, so love1234. Let's take a look here. All right. Well, so the person that you called last night, love1234, they've got this the death card. They don't wish you dead. Um, Seven of Cups, emotional confusion, and the Five of Swords, confliction between their head and their heart. So I don't know, with this death card, it feels like that with the emotional confusion is like, I don't know if they thought things had ended, and they were like they didn't think they would ever hear from you again. It's that kind of energy that comes in here. It's just like, well, I thought I thought we were done. I thought, and I'm confused, and then the emotional confusion, and then their head and their heart are battling, and they're mentally confused, mentally conflicted is a good thing too here. But yeah, they're just kind of like, what's happening? What? I don't, what? It kind of threw them off with all this energy here. So, well, there you go. So hopefully that makes sense to you. And then your second question there was, why did they, want this, to be friends, and what are their feelings for you here? You got the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups. And so the reason why they are acting that way is because they are on this search. The Knight of Cups, they all knights are on a quest, and this knight is on a quest for higher love. We talked about this a little bit with them, that they're in this like everything, they're not happy with things in the world, and that's why they didn't want to hurt you, because they're like, I just don't know, I just don't feel happy about anything. And they're looking for this Nine of Cups, this dream come true, But the Nine of Cups also is about trying to find the love on the inside. That's what they need to feel full, like we all do. We look for love in all the wrong places, right? Out there. And we don't find the love we're looking for because we're looking for the unconditional love that we can only find inward and upward, right? So, we've got this night, the Knight of Cups and the Nine of Cups coming in here. And even on the bottom of the deck, we've got the, High Priestess, which is even the Two of Coins, which the Two of Coins here looks like, the Two of Pentacles. It looks like the Two of Cups, right? And all this twos is they're inward, upward, trying to figure things out. And so this is why they wanted to back off because they're like, I can't. I just don't I feel like I keep on getting into relationships and the emotion doesn't go as deep as I want it to go, as fast as I want it to go. And that's because we can't give anyone what they're looking for. We can only give ourselves what we're looking for. And then we fill up and overflow and then we find, oh, relationships are awesome once we find our love from the inside, out. So, we'll see that. Let's see what else they have underneath here. Yeah. Again, they're on their Knight of Coins. Another, they're trying to find their worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way as well. And yeah, and they've got this endings and beginnings kind of energy with the Wheel of Fortune and the Ace of Swords coming in. So, they'll figure things out, this individual here beginning with S, but they've got to find their worth from the inside out, and this is their journey, right? But they're a great mirror too, because whatever they're going through, what you see when you look at them is telling you all about you. You've got the King of Pentacles on the bottom, which is all about their journey of trying to find their worth in a different way. And one of the big things the King of Coins discovers is when they look for their worth in the outside world, they feel very unstable, very empty, because the things of the outside world are unstable and temporary. They're not forever. People change, people walk away, people pass away. We experience all that. Situations, jobs, education, all that never stay the same. And things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions, they blow up, they burn down, they're stolen, they deteriorate, they don't last. And so our journey here, we set off on this fun adventure. It's like we get here and we're like, where am I going to find what I'm looking for? And the tricksters of our journey are all, oh, it's out there. Go look out there. It's been here all along. They could have just said, it's in here. We look at it and go, oh, there it is. And journey done. The adventure's done. But that's the whole adventure, the journey of this human experience is that we're told, go out there, go look and explore. Because that's what we come here for, is to experience all the opposites, the stuff we're not truly looking for in our hearts. And then we eventually get bored and disappointed and blah enough where you turn inward and upward. And that's kind of where they're headed here. And this is where there's this, energy that's coming in there. So no, I haven't answered any of your questions because I'm still answering the originals. So zip it and be patient. I'm just kidding. Got to be sassy with you sometimes just to throw you off the track. Will you ever reconnect in the future? You mean with number one or number two? Question number one or question number two? We'll just ask both. Question number one and number two. Either, yeah, there you go. Um, number one, this is the universe, the world card. Ending of old cycle, beginning of new adventures. I just feel like with that, there's not, if you did with number one, I mean, there's a possibility you could, but it would just end up repeating the same cycle based on current energy, because what you're learning through these is for you. You can ask yourself, why did I want this to happen for me? Why does this keep happening for me? Right? It's like, okay, I need to find when we don't need, but I could find what I'm looking for on the inside, or continue to go through and experience the disappointments and emptiness in the outside. But once you fill up on the inside, it changes everything on the outside too. Number two, you got the Eight of Pentacles, which is things, putting in the blood, the sweat, the tears. There is a chance, again, connecting with this, but this is all about, the Eight of Pentacles is like a caterpillar in a cocoon becoming a butterfly. And there's a chance that these caterpillars that you date could put in the effort and become butterflies. But while you're in the caterpillar stages, all you want to do is consume and eat leaves. But you're drawn into your cocoon. You're in this time of transformation, letting things dissolve and things fall away, and so you're on the journey of becoming a butterfly. But these individuals have been caterpillars. This new one, he's kind of going into a cocoon to transform, and that's why they're like, I'm putting the outside world out here and I'm cocooning, and that's why, let's be friends. I gotta focus on me. And this is what they're going into. Now, once you are come out of your cocoon as the butterfly, you're gonna see caterpillars still around, and you're gonna be like, they can't go where I'm going. Things can't stay the same because you're changing, you're in this process. So hopefully that makes sense. I just feel like you could, but it would be caterpillar events, caterpillar relationships, not the butterfly relationship that you're looking for. So you're transforming. Some are transforming, some aren't, but they're very late in the game of transforming. I feel like there's a different butterfly down the road that is more in alignment for you. But these all are mirrors for you. So as you're looking at them, going, how do you feel about them? What do you see when you look at them? Is all that mirror for you to learn about yourself? Because we will continually, trust me, I had 5 relationships were basically the same person in a different body. You learn that the teachers will show you what you want to see about yourself until you see it. And I'm telling you, it's true. My own experiences. Slow learner. And it's like the reflection doesn't change in the mirror. By changing the mirror, you see the same reflection. Trust me. So I love that. Yeah, absolutely. That's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Move that out of the way. All right. So enjoy it. Enjoy it, butterfly. Enjoy it. All right. And then Shay Shay, you are up next. So thank you so much for your donation. Good to see you. I am well. I hope you are well. You say you're feeling really good lately. Love forecast for the week. All right. All right. You dumped the toxicity. I like it. The game players. Oh, so much better. I'm so happy for you. All right. Let's take a look here. See what does Spirit wants you to know here. Hey, hey. So love forecast for the week. And be sure to check out the Valentine's pick a card that I put out as well for some additional information. Let's see what Spirit wants you to know here. Love for the week. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. All right. Wow, is this like 5 days worth here? Feel like this is like Monday through Friday. Monday, you've got the 6 of Wands, which I feel like there's this, you block them all. Yeah, you've got this joy, this feeling of victory, this feeling of mutual attraction too. with the wands energy is passion and three on each side. There it feels like there's some mutual attraction that makes itself known on Monday. But I feel like you're on top of the world a bit on Monday. You just kind of feel really good with that. Tuesday, you've got the high priestess. So I feel like Tuesday is kind of a time for yourself energy that comes in here. That would be the 13th, the day before Valentine's Day. And so we have that here, this kind of some good stepping back, connecting higher, looking behind the veil, diving deep into your emotions. And so it's a very beautiful, reflective time for you. Just some me time. You're like, I'm giving myself a Valentine. Maybe you're drawing a hot bath and doing candles and whatever, but I feel like you're just treating yourself on Tuesday. Wednesday, Valentine's Day, you got the five of wands, the five of staves, which is energy that starts off kind of combative and conflicting, a little bit of fear energy that transforms into love. So I don't know if you have like someone that you kind of start off bantering with, but it turns into the energy transforms. So when I get that, when regarding any type of romance, it's usually like you're a strong personality, right? You're fighting on love day. That's right. But it's not like a fight, like "Rah," it's more of a passionate thing, like because you're a strong fire, you got this burning um you know, strong, willedness, and you need someone, and you don't need, but it, uh, it works out in your favor when you end up with someone that's strong like you. Even though you rah, 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 'cause you usually end up your energies remind me of a friend of mine who I always tell her, I go, they go, "Why do I always end up with women in men's bodies?" And I go, "'Cause you're a man in a woman's body." And they're like, "What?" And it's like, it's that kind of energy of like, I'm strong and I always end up with, someone that wants to be one of my children instead of a partner. I need someone who can keep up. And that's who I feel like you interact with on Valentine's Day is someone that can hold their own with you. And in the beginning, it's like you test each other, maybe not even consciously, but subconsciously. You battle and you're like, oh, so you can keep up. All right. I like this, instead of you kicking their butts. You know what I'm saying? I like it. And then, so that's Wednesday. And then Thursday, back spending time with yourself here with the strength card because the lion is your human and the maiden usually on the card is your higher self. So I feel like um, again you're back into spending time with you and focusing on you too. And even on Friday you have the Empress, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, birthing, sensuality too. But I just feel like, you've got the High Priestess, the Strength card, the Empress. Those are like major arcana, but they're like you really this week, you enjoy the bantering, maybe a little bit of passion, with that. But I feel like a lot of the week here is like you're learning about loving yourself and going, you know what? You realize no one can love me like me. I know myself better than anyone else. And I feel like this is a big week of realizing your self-love and and letting everyone off the hook, right? Yeah, flirting and maybe a little more beyond flirting, but yeah, I just feel like you're feeling just the self-love in a huge way, so I like it. Your attitude. I like it though, it's powerful because when you realize that and you stop looking for other people to give you your love, then you appreciate, um, what people do. You're more grateful and it's feels like above and beyond extra instead of lacking and always falling short, and it changes things for you too. So That's what they have there. Yeah. So that's the message they got for you for this week anyway. And that's great because, you know, I know you're tired of doing what you've done before and getting what you got before. You're like, that's okay. I'm going to raise my love vibration and draw in a different type of love that you haven't had before. And it's amazing. So I like it. Boom, boom, fist bump. All right. So I did have a couple more PayPal here, and actually, yeah, they did come in before you there, Supernova. So we will got a couple more, and then I will be towards you there. Yeah, not accepting half-halves. Boom, boom. All right. I love it. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Shay Shay, and I'm excited for your adventure. And Maria, you are up next. Thank you for your donation over on the PayPal. And you want to look here about Roberto. Are you going to talk to Roberto again? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit wants you to know here. All right. Well, okay. Let's see what we've got here. Alrighty. A lot of cards here. I'm just getting them here. See what is all this about? Oh my goodness. um, we've got here. I don't feel like you will. And it's for you too. Telenovela. Right? Because I mean, the first little group of cards that came out, you've got the Seven of Coins, which is the Seven of Pentacles. The last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And you've got the Knight of Cups, which is movement of emotion, romance. And then also the Page of Staves, the Page of Wands, which is new passion and or heightened passion. And what I feel here, because that Seven of Pentacles has like two meanings that come in. There's like, um, it takes forever for something. It feels like it takes something forever to, grow fruit because you're watching it, from the seed grow into tree and branches and leaves and blossoms and then fruit. And it's like, oh my gosh, how long is this going to take? Years? But there's also a second meaning to it, which is when you get the fruit, you look at the fruit and go, really? Is this what I wanted? I don't know. Why did I want this? It's like you realize, oh, I got apple tree. Why did I want an apple tree? And you're like, oh, everyone said this is the best. You can have apple fritters and apple pie and apple sauce and apple juice and this. But you're like, but I want guacamole. And so you change direction. And that's what I feel comes in here is that if you got, if you communicated again with Roberto and had what you thought you wanted with them, you'd be like, man, this isn't really what I wanted. And that's why I feel like it's okay because you do get this, new romance that comes your way here with the Knight of Cups. Someone who expresses their emotions and passion too. So you get both. And I feel like that is maybe what Roberto couldn't give there. And you have the Four of Swords, which I like this. There's mental stability with this new one coming in, the Ace of Coins, which is the new opportunity coming in. And I feel like they're telling you don't know this person yet. And but I feel like when you meet him, you're just really peace of mind. You don't there's not drama. And I like that. You just feel like there's this great communication with this person. You're like, wow, I talked to them for 2 hours. It flew by. It's like if how time flies when you're having fun. That's what I kind of feel like happens here. And and I feel like, what you learned with Roberto is he's the devil. This is Capricorn energy. You learned a lot about these expectations, the 10 of swords, right? A lot of the supposed tos and the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the must that you're like, why do I want this stuff? Is this really what I want? Because I feel like with the Knight of Wands here, they were very passionate, but I don't feel like you had great mental, I would say mental stimulation, but like communication and the mind and the heart kind of felt like it was lacking with Roberto. And I feel like they were very passionate, very hot-blooded, but I just feel like you're gonna be totally fine with that, "Okay, I thought that's what I wanted, but no, I want something different," and you're like, "Whoa, who's this?" And this is who comes towards you, because of that. So I like that, that they didn't just say, "Will I talk to Roberto again?" "No." "Oh, okay." They're saying, "But look at all that's coming, and it's a good thing for you." Or it's, something that's gonna make you even more that you're gonna be okay with going, "Okay, I'm okay that I experienced that, I learned a lot, but wow, I understand," and I feel like so much more appreciative of who this person is by experiencing what you did with Roberto, if that makes sense. So that's what they got for you, Maria. Hopefully that helps, and thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. Oh, thank you. And your second donation, Maria, I just now see that that's you too. So let's dive into this one. So thank you for that. Let's see here. Oh, a little nosy into your connection. Ah, okay. Yeah, and that's understandable. And so I feel like they did go already expanded into this, right? We did get nosy without even seeing the email. That's funny. Um, and that's understandable. I know when we're like, oh, but I wanted that, you know. It's like going to a grocery store and you're like, "Oh, I was hoping that they had, the sushi that they offer there." And you're like, "Oh, well, they don't have it. They don't have what I'm looking for." And then but you get invited out to this super sushi restaurant with, a sous chef, right, from Japan, and you're like, you eat the sushi, you're like, "Oh my god." We're sad in the moment that we're not getting what we felt we wanted, but when we end up at this beautiful restaurant that's all decked out in, the Japan culture and all this stuff, you're just like, "Oh my god," and someone's treating you to it, and it's, like, so good. It's like the best you've ever had in your life. Then you're like, "You know what? I'm okay." you know, that that I didn't get the grocery store sushi, even though it's good, but you're like, "Whoa," in comparison, that's trash. Not that Roberto's trash, but for you, what you're wanting in your life, it is. Let's see here. You wanna know, where will you meet? Let's take a look here and see what Spirit will tell you. Since we already answered your question pretty much on that other the other reading, we'll dive into here. All right. So let's see what we've got here. All right. The energy on the bottom of the deck here, I mean, you've got the death card and the eight of coins, the eight of pentacles. And this had this, um, this, it comes after this significant change in your life. The eight of coins does show that it's a progression, think something that you've been working on in the outside world. There's this change, this ending and beginning, and it takes you to this new place in your life, either physically or education or whatever it is. There's this something that you've been working, investing energy in the outside world, and it takes you to this higher level with this rebirth. And in that, I see all that here, because even with you got the hanging ghost, which would be the hanged man, and the page of coins means that there's been this transformation that's been going on that has transformed, into something else, a new opportunity that opens up in your outside world. And it's like, because of this switch up, whether it's, you're living in a different place, working in a different place, working in a different department, going to a different class. It's somewhere. And I almost feel like because of this Four of Swords popping up again, it might be in that you're learning something because this is the mind and mental stimulation. It might be that there's some sort of education or some sort of class or training that you're in, and this is where you meet them. So that's a possibility there too. But yeah, I mean, it just feels very stable. I mean, you've got the here's the Five of Cups, leaving behind the emotions that you're experiencing now. So you're experiencing some lower vibrational sadness of, oh, disappointment. But the Four of Coins shows that there's stability that comes in the outside world. You got the four of coins, the Four of Swords. So it won't be long before you feel this new start here with that Ace of Coins, the Page of Coins, and you just see your worth in relationship to the outside world in a different way through this too. So I like it for you, but I feel like when and where when you meet him is when there's this change, but where I feel like it is something to do with the mind. Because you're able to talk and you just get to know each other and blah 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 blah, and you're just like, wow, I felt so comfortable and I loved our conversation, and they're cute, and I'm attracted to them too. You're like plus 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 win 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 win, and you're like, Roberto who? So just know that that's coming. Hang in there, Maria. I know he left to a different state for work. That's why you asked if you'd talk again. Yeah. I don't feel like and it's good that there's not communication. By the time I feel like if you ever did communicate with Roberto again, you've already moved on because I don't feel like they do long distance at all. And so you kind of feel like out of sight, out of mind with Roberto. All right. So that's what they got there for you, Maria. Thank you again for your double donations there. Hang in there. I love who's coming in there for you, though. All right. Let me see now. Where did I leave off over here? So I think we left off Supernova with your extra donation there. So you'll be up next, and then Mia, Brenda, and Marilyn. Thank you guys so much. So let's dive in here. So thank you again for your additional sticker, your angel one now. I like it. All right. So, Supernova, you want to know how could your singing evolve in depth and expression in the future? Interesting. I saw a picture of a singing bowl, like my singing bowl back here, and it's interesting tone and vibration and different tools too, which is interesting. So it's like you learn, I don't know, a different modalities with your vocal cords, which is interesting. So I don't know if I think you were going to be looking into voice lessons, which I really feel would be supported because it's someone that teaches you different ways to use your vocal cords to also preserve your vocal cords to where you don't hurt them and harm them. But they also give you new techniques and teach you with that here. So let's take a look here and see what we have here. Yeah. So you got the hanging ghost, the hanging man, which is all about transformation. And it takes time for things to transform, like a caterpillar to a butterfly. And that's all good there. We like that. Um, yeah. Yeah. So not alter. Yeah, definitely. What was there a different one? Did I? Okay, so it is that one. Oh, number four. How could your singing evolve and expand and express emotional depth in the future? I feel like my singing is horrible. Okay. So we kind of talked a little bit about all of that already, right? In your first couple ones about the how it's going to express and how the emotional depth. um, that it changes. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But I do feel like there's this transformation, and because it's important here, with this Empress card, which is Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, but caring for yourself. And that really reinforces here because it keeps you with from the Three of Swords, which is damaging and disappointing, and that's what I feel like usually it's a heart with sword stuck in it, but I saw like vocal cords with swords stuck in it. You don't want to damage your voice, and I feel like even if it's just a short period of time that you see a vocal teacher, that you learn so much, and you learn especially how to care for your vocal cords, because that's such an important piece of it. Yeah, and you have the Four of Cups too. Part of all this, you know, definitely has this, um, you know, the Four of Cups is you have the three cups that they're bored with, and they have this higher emotion that comes in. And so part of um, the expansion of your music comes in that you are connecting higher and higher to true capital T true love, unconditional love and joy. And so because you're realizing the contrast, it gives you it's like they keep interrupting myself here. It's like you don't realize you're breathing air until you're 6 feet underwater. Air up there, you go, ah, I understand air so much more clearly. I understand water so much more clearly too. So it's this as you're raising your love vibration, you're seeing the contrast. You're able to express that contrast even more, if that makes sense. Because you're realizing it mentally and emotionally, the difference between the two. And that allows you to expand and understand those things more deeply. And it also helps you with the Nine of Staves, you're learning and growing and realizing what of your human side has held you back. And there's these mental blocks of beliefs that keep hold you back on things, but they're like gates that have been holding you back, and you're busting through gate after gate after gate. That's like allowing you to expand and move forward, realizing a lot of these beliefs of the past are, the child self that has been holding you back out of fear. And but you're becoming more comfortable, like you said, more vulnerable. You don't feel vulnerable, you feel safe in sharing emotion, whereas before you might have felt oh no, but you're able to express it because you don't fear um like not retaliation, that's not the word, but reverberation. There you go. Back from expressing your emotion. You're like, well, I don't want to express that because it'll hurt people's feelings. I'm like, no, they'll relate it on their own level. And if someone hears it and they're like, oh, I'm sorry I made you feel that way, you're like, I'm not. I don't blame you. I don't have any angst. I'm just sharing emotion because everyone can learn from it. So okay, perfect. Yeah. Yeah, so taking care of your voice, and your voice is changing, it's altering, but they are able to help you. You're working on how to express emotion through your voice. I feel like a vocal teacher will help you how to use your instrument, your vocal cords, and how to preserve them and not damage them. And you're like, oh, okay, I like this, and so it's so important for you to do that. So that is what they have for you regarding that supernova. Hopefully that helps. All right, Maria, you're in the educational field. Well, there you go. So you get some mental stimulation. I like that, Maria. You are very welcome. Perfect, perfect. All right. So thank you again for your donation, Supernova, your additional one. Appreciate that. All right. So we'll continue moving down the list. Here we got Mia Mia. You're up next. Thank you for that donation. It lets me give that some love and a like there. And Mia Mia, hello, hello. So there you are. Can you ask for F's next actions and intentions towards you after your next interaction. All right, let's take a look. I'm just take a quick sip here. Since we're can't believe it's been an hour already. Zoom, zoom. All right. So let's take a look here. What are their actions and then their intentions? All right. Actions and what are the intentions? All right. Well, we got some interesting actions here. So I feel like with this Ace of Staves, Ace of Wands, this is like new passion and expression of passion. The Tower card in this case isn't, the burning down of thing. Well, burning. There's some burning going on there, but I feel like their actions are more expressing their passion and their attraction energy that comes in there. And it's like, whoa. And I feel like it with the Tower card, it kind of, that's about suddenness and something happening, out of nowhere, like, whoa, lightning strike, what just happened? And so I like that for you. It's like, okay, interesting. Um, and their intentions behind this here, we've got the Five of Cups, and I feel like their intentions with those actions is because they're trying to I don't know why they're trying to jumpstart their emotions, if that makes sense to the it's just, let me show you these other ones here too, because we've got the Queen of Swords who's balancing the head and the heart, and the Confucius, which is the higher self. It's double endings and double new beginnings. And I kind of feel here, not, I don't know if they just had a relationship that ended not too long ago, or they feel like they're on a rebound. But I feel like they're trying to jumpstart things, and they do it by, um, trying to, you know, because their emotions are attached to their passions. They feel if I can jumpstart my passions, that the emotions will follow, and I'll be able to get out of this funk of feeling heartbroken and feeling these lower vibrational energies. And they're like, they're trying to get out of their head because I feel like they're, almost feeling numb a little bit, and they're just trying to like re-energize and restart their life. And it's nice that they want to jumpstart it with you, but I don't know. It feels like not like they're trying too hard, but you know, I feel like it's just important to know, that okay, this is what's going on with them. They've been caught up in their head, overthinking. They're ready. They feel like they're ready to start loving again. But I feel like there's this tentativeness, this fear of being hurt again. But I feel like they want to try it. And so they start with passion because it feels safer. Usually humans don't jump in with emotion, at least men, straight men don't usually jump in with emotion first. They usually jump in with passion and, attraction first. And then emotion gets drug into it. And that's kind of, I feel like, what I feel like they're headed in doing with that there. So hopefully that makes sense, Mia Mia. Um, yeah. So it's like, okay, I get it. I get it. At least you know what's going on and you don't need to take it personally. This is all going on inside them there. And you're like, well, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do. And you can be like, I can take it or leave that if I want, but just realize it's not about you. It's all about what's going on in here and here and there with them. All right. So that's what they have for you, Mia Mia. Thank you again for your donation and enjoy that adventure. All right. I'm going to move on before I get in trouble. So, Brenda, thank you so much for your super sticker there and your donation. And you want to know, what do you need to know for today? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what we got going on here. What do you need to know about today? All right. All right. You do have this interesting energy because you've got the Six of Cups and the Knight of Cups. So got this emotion that's happening here. I feel like there's this emotional movement that's happening. And it feels Six of Cups is my card that represents mostly these days past life emotions and connections that are bubbling up. And I feel like whoever you interact with today, that you feel this underlying connection that you haven't felt before. And it could be with someone that you already know that suddenly, because this whole Pluto and Aquarius and all this stuff, we have this huge switch of things happening this year where we're giving more access to our Akashic records and our subconscious, which has to do with our past life emotions, experiences, and connections. So we're starting to feel this stuff with all these individuals, family, friends, romance, everything. We're like, whoa, we, where's this extra new connection coming from? Well, it's because it's being activated below the surface. And this is what I feel happens to you today. There's this awareness that comes in um with someone. You're just like, what am I feeling? Because you also have the Eight of Wands, which is a lot of energy that flows in. So that's why I feel like it just kind of hits you out of nowhere and you're like, wow. Because you also here excuse me, have the Wheel of Fortune and the Ten of Swords. So two tens coming in here, which is an endings and beginnings type of energy. But again, with that past life connection, you've got the Fates wheel coming in here. And so you this energy, this connection that you realize today is a past life connection that's here on purpose for a purpose. And it ends and begins something within you. Because one of the things that comes in here with the Ten of Swords is just this tiredness of trying to please other people, and I just feel like you're getting to this point of why am I stressing myself so much trying to be what everyone wants me to be? I got to be me. And I like this because I feel like when you step up to the edge of this change and going, you know what, I'm tired, I'm just tired of being disappointed in other people and disappointing others, and there's no way I can make everyone happy in the world. I've got to make me happy. And this is what I like because I feel like there's this energy that comes in right after you do this release of going, you know what? I'm just going to stop trying to please everyone and realize that I'm the only one that can please me. They're the only ones that can please them. And I'm releasing a lot of the pressure that I've been putting on myself. And then in this moment of you really connect deep into some emotions, and someone you bump into, either brand new or someone you know, you just have this strong draw to them. Like, I feel like I know them in a whole different way. Or if it's someone new that you meet out of the blue, that you feel like you've known them for a long time, but you haven't. But it's a past lifetime connections. So hopefully that helps, Brenda. Just some really interesting energy, but freedom, and then a new adventure begins. You're tired and disappointed. Yeah. So I feel like it's time to, like I said, this the big release that happens and going, you know what? I'm tired of this. Yeah. Either that or you'll bump into someone you already know, and it doesn't have to be romantic. But you just feel like this extra strong connection with someone today. And like I said, it could be a family member, it could be a best friend, could be romantic. But they didn't say it because it's so deep. It's like there's this deep emotional connection, energetic connection that comes in. But it starts with you going, you know what? I'm just gonna forget trying to please everyone and do everything. I'm just gonna be me. And and then this is when that happens. So that's what's coming in there. It's this release of defining yourself by anyone else's actions and going, I'm going to make myself happy. That's what's important. That sparks this. And then that has to happen first. So if that, is something that the 10 of swords, this wheel of fortune switching happens today, um, the person, this energy could flow in the next couple of days. But what's important is you have to do this realizing I'm setting myself free from all these rules. I'm rebelling. That's the step that has to happen first. And to the extent and how much you do that is how soon that other thing happens. Because you could be right now and going, screw all the rolls, and then bam, it hits. But if it's like, well, let me just think about this throughout the rest of the day, then it happens tomorrow or the day after or the day after, right? So it's in your hands with that. All right, Brenda, that's what they have for you. Thank you again so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. Hang in there. Everything that happens for you, remember. So all this stuff happening with these individuals are mirrors for you to go, wow, look all the pressure I had on myself, and I can set myself free. All right, so many blessings. And Marilyn, hello, hello, Marilyn. Let's give that some love here and a like. Thank you so much for your donation. So you want to know, what are the thoughts and feelings that an old Leo friend has about you and your friendship? Does she have thoughts about being friends again? All right, let's take a look here. Just going to shuffle these up here. So in the bottom of the deck, we've got the Sun card, which is Leo energy below the surface here. We'll put that back in the deck here, but they wanted to point that out. Like, yeah, there's definitely Leo energy here. And let's see what's going on with them here. So what are their thoughts and feelings about you and your friendship? Let's see what's going on inside them. Of course, that may have little to do with you and everything to do with themselves, right? And then does she have thoughts about being friends again? Okay. All right. Yeah, the tower energy on the bottom of the deck, was this like a sudden departure from one another? Was it like something happened and it just ended abruptly? I kind of feel like that's below the surface here. And the Sun card came back out again. So that's great confirmation here. All right. And all right. So I do see this here. We've got the Nine of Cups. And so I do feel like they miss you here. I mean, the Nine of Cups is like emotional fulfillment and like a emotional dream come true. So I do feel like you guys had like from their standpoint, they were like, your friendship meant a lot to them. You gave them a lot of, I feel like you gave them a lot of emotional support. We'll put it that way. Got the Page of Swords. So they've, had a change of mind and they've learned a lot. Whatever happened did unfold on purpose for purpose because they needed to learn some things about their own selves. And I feel like of course, no one's perfect, but I feel like they had some really strong challenges with communication. And I feel like this time apart has helped them really realize what a good friend you were, because I feel like other people are have been less likely to put up with her poo poo caca kind of energy that she would put out. And here's the Sun again. So this is the Leo energy because it rolls over the Sun. And I feel like it was a time that they needed to do some good reflection on themselves too through the process. And I like that because we've also got the Hermit card and the Four of Coins, finding this stability in the outside world and in their own worth too. So I really feel like this was an important thing to happen, for both of us, right? Um, yeah. So I feel like there was this, an important step that needed to happen here and for them to see themselves, in a different light. And of course, we learn about ourselves through it too. Like, what did I see in the mirror, you know, um, of them as well? As far as did they want to like rekindle the friendship? I feel like, yeah, because we've got the Eight of Wands and the Ace of Wands, so it's a lot of energy. And I feel like it happens suddenly. The Ace of Wands is that, energy of resparking things. And we've got the Four of Cups, which is emotional stability. So, again, with that Four of Coins and the Four of Cups, I feel like they're just in a very different, stable place in their life. And I feel like they've have a different way of looking, looking at their own worth. So a lot of what was happening is they were projecting, right? And I feel like they've learned a lot about themselves, and you've learned a lot about yourself. I mean, you didn't just sit there like a lump on a log going, all right. You've really reflected, and you're always, doing your shadow work and all that fun stuff, right? And I like this, and I feel like they do that. They would want to rekindle and restart a friendship. So um, you know, you can wait. That Eight of Wands is kind of like trusting spirit, knowing that it will come suddenly, an opportunity will come up suddenly that you can communicate, and maybe you bump into each other somewhere, or something pops up on an old Facebook memory, and you just like, hey, I just wanted to say thank you for this. I was reflecting on this, and I really valued your friendship or something. You'll just know. You just will feel it. It's not like something you have to plot and plan. I can talk. It just This opportunity comes up, and you're like, oh, here it is. I'm gonna act on it. Or they reach out because something opens up on their side too. So I like it for you, Marilyn, and that's what they have there for you. Um, I did see too, you had asked about a meme that I had read where you could find that, and it was on Instagram or something. I have it. If you want to email me at bruddaZEN@gmail.com, I can forward it to you so you can have it. And I saw that after I had left, and I was um, grabbing stuff for the special session that I came back on to do. So if you want to do that. You are very welcome. And thank you again for your donation. I appreciate that. All right. So continue moving down the list here. So Really Pie. Hello, hello. I do see you, Really Pie. um, and you are up next. So thank you for your sticker donation and your hearts. I appreciate that. And you want to know, hey, will you have a great time today and do not have to cook? Right? You're like, yes. Let's take a look here. Let me just shuffle these up here. All right. So, will you have a great time today? And do you have to cook? Let's find that out here. All right. Let's take a looky. Oh, wow. All right. And will you have to cook? All right. So you have the 10 of cups coming off. So this is like, heck yeah, you're going to have a great time. This is, the 10 of cups is like joy overflowing. So I like that here for sure here for you. Um, and yeah, I feel like if there was any type of conflict going on here with the 5 of swords, that it ends. There's like a rebirth of things. So if you felt like there was any kind of, anyone holding a grudge, or is there any angst that's, you know, flowing below the surface? It's like, no, it's ended. I feel like if there is someone that you're interacting with, they're kind of like a frying pan. They heat up fast and cool off fast, and they don't even remember, what do you mean? What's happened? You're probably more of a slow cooker, right? Takes you a long time to get angry or upset, and a long time to cool off. They're a hot and cold, they cool off fast. And you're like, well, I don't. It took me a while to get heated, but it takes me time to cool off too. So I like that. You even have the Four of Wands underneath the surface here, and the Two of Cups. Wow. So you definitely have here, this is the Four of Wands is joy, celebration, gatherings. The Two of Cups, an important relationship with someone. So I like that. And as far as, not having to cook, you got the 6 of Cups and the Magician. I like it. The 6 of Cups I is also about, childhood, and I like it that someone's cooking for you for a change. And I like that. It's like, how parents cook for children. This is like you get to be a child where they cook for you. And the Magician, powerful energy there, um, I like it. It's almost feels like, someone, whips something up in the kitchen. It's like you're a magician. It's, oh, that's what they're trying to tell me because, like my host, and actually a lot of my friends, I call it kitchen witchery, where people, they don't like following recipes. They just go in and they use a recipe as a starting point, and then I'm gonna throw this in here. I'm gonna throw this in here. So they do it, and so allow them to do that, because if you allow them to do whatever they're gonna do, they'll do it more often. But if you're like, "Why are you doing it that way? You should do it this way and this way and this way," they won't do it again. So allow them to do whatever they're gonna do and love what they're doing, even if it's not like the way it would taste if you did it, accept it because then they'll do more of it. I love it. So that's what's coming in really pie. So I like it. I like it. I like it. Or if they're taking you to a restaurant, allow them to pick it. If it's something bizarre you would never have eat or whatever, just go with it because reinforce positive behavior. That's funny. So that's what your guides have to tell you right now, really pie. So hopefully that helps. And thank you again for your donation. I really appreciate that. Enjoy your dinner. All right. And then Supernova, thank you for your additional sticker there. What is that? The devil? Uh-oh. So, Nova, you want to know what do you need to know when it comes to meeting this mentor and moving towards finding people to connect with in the musical community? All right, absolutely. Let's take a look here. What do they want you to know here? All right. So, the energy on the bottom of the deck, you have the 10 of Cups here. And, this is joy, celebration. I feel like there's like some sort of festival, music festival maybe, but I feel like it does feel like a party, a gathering, a celebration of some kind. So I don't know if there's like an annual celebration in your town or city or country or something. I just feel like there's this festival that draws in, and this is where you get to meet people through that experience here. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, we definitely have got the sun card. So there is this brightness that comes in here. Someone in the spotlight. Um, the Knight of Coins. So this is, allowing the time to come in. Maybe it's Leo season, which what is Leo season, July. But I just feel like allow it to grow. You don't need to force it. That like that meme I read earlier about, the universe isn't in a rush, so you don't have to be in a rush either. It will unfold perfectly. So just allow it to go unfold and go forward with it. Yeah. You've got the, 4 of Swords, which is peace of mind, so there we go. Just allow things, let your mind rest. You'll notice and you won't, have to figure it out. Who are these people? Because the 6 of Cups, again, goes back to this past life connections where you're like, you won't you will be drawn to each other. You'll be like, "Hey, hey," and you're like, just there's this draw, and it's not like you have to convince people or force people or search for them a lot. You have this, gathering together, and it's just as like, you know, very bright, you know, you're just being yourself, shining bright, and they're themselves shining bright, and you're just drawn together like, uh, 2 suns drawn into a solar system together, and it's so that's the mentor, that's your tribe and your community too. you're just drawn together. Maybe you guys were troubadours in a traveling singing group or band back in past lives, right? But you do. It's this drawing together for sure there. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, again, hanged man and the seven of wands, which is all about well, exactly as I was saying. The hanging ghost, the hanging man is things take time. It'll transform. It'll come together. And the seven of staves, the seven of wands, is that card we get about you being in the spotlight, not being afraid to be out in front of people, and so allowing yourself, whether it's jamming with people or singing in a coffee shop or putting your stuff out on YouTube or whatever, that will, unfold, with that as well. So I like that. Yeah, and the ace of you got the ace of wands. So, you do have this energy of um new passion, new beginnings. So I don't feel like it's anyone you know yet. I just feel like you'll just get this spark, this inspiration and follow that. Yeah, Eight of Swords. This is all about letting go of your thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that don't serve you, that have made you feel blinded and bound and trapped. So it's getting past those fears of getting up in front of people and sharing with other people. It's gotta take away the blind, take away the binds. Don't dim your light. Be you, right? It's all about coming forward here. And yep, you've got the four of coins. I do feel that the four of coins, the four of pentacles is the card that represents home. And so I do feel like it's, within your community that you're at now. You don't have to go away somewhere. I feel like it is local. Um, you do have, you develop your international audience through YouTube, that's how we know each other, right? Australia versus, the United States and everyone around the world. We have the ability, but for you, the community, your mentor and all that is local in where you live in your area. Yeah, expressing your authentic self. Exactly. Yeah. And it starts off, oh, very cool. Crazy. Yeah. So go check them out and you'll know it. It's getting out there and allowing yourself to be seen. And if they're like, "Hey, well, do you mind playing me something that you're doing?" No, don't go, "Oh, no, 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 it's not done yet." Go, "Well, I'm working on something, let me know what you think." Ding, 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 and go for it, right? So I like this for you. But in this is the spark you're getting out there. That helps you gain your confidence and support of one another too. Yeah. So doing it, action, action. I love it. All right. And that is what they have for you, Supernova. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Brenda, you are very welcome, Nova. So, Brenda, thank you for your additional donation there. You've been crying like crazy and you don't understand. Is that your question? I think that's. Oh, you need to type it. Okay. I like the crying like crazy, though, because we're so much taught to suppress and push down our emotions. And crying is so much release, so much, it's healing. It helps the emotions because feeling emotions don't last forever. They have, they want to be experienced and felt. And so when we allow ourselves to experience and feel it, then they finish. And then if more crying comes up, it means that wanted to be done too. So it's things are transforming through tears. So I like that. So don't be afraid and don't judge yourself for crying because it is part of our humanity to do that, even though we're taught, don't be a crybaby. I was a very sensitive child. All my Pisces moon energy and Pisces energy. All right. So Brenda, so Arnold, you texted him yesterday, but he didn't respond. So today you got tired and told him good luck on a text, and what will happen to all this. All right, let's take a look here. What is going with Arnold? So what's going to happen through all this, and anything else that they want to tell us? We allow them to get nosy. So let's see here. Mm, yeah. Yeah, we've got Confucius here, which Confucius is the judgment card, double endings, double new beginnings. And I like this coming in here about just, you know, you knowing that it's your higher self drawing you in a direction that's more in alignment with your soul and with where you want to end up. So they want to start off by saying that, going, know that what's happening is always happening for you, and like the tower, sometimes it's, that message of people are moved out of our life to make space for what we do want to have in our life or to clear the road for us to move forward. This is your higher self going, I got you. And, I'm taking you in a direction with your life kind of thing here. So that's what's coming in with that. And you got the Knight of Coins, which is, two things with this, that things move very slowly with Arnold. Like, I feel like they take a long time to respond, and but it's happening on purpose for you because the Knight of Pentacles, this is also part of your quest of finding your worth in relationship to the outside world and people's actions and the world, whatever's happening, looking at your worth differently, going, their actions aren't about me, their actions are about them. What I see in the mirror of them is for me and what I want to see here. Because you even have the Knight of Coins, you got the Seven of Coins, which is another patience and long drawn out energy. So with both the Knight and the Seven of Coins, it's like, oh, okay, I see. Um, things are gone down for, if you ever watch like a movie and you accidentally hit the frame by frame instead of it going regular speed and just like click, click, and you're like, oh my god, this movie is going to take 16 years to watch if it goes at this speed. Well, this is the speed that this interaction between you and Arnold has done. And so know that the slowness of response is for you, because what that does is it takes you here into the Page of Coins, the Page of Pentacles, which opens up a new opportunity in the outside world for you. Yeah. Because you have the Two of Cups or Two of Coins. It says Two of Coins, but I see this as the Two of Cups because there's this opportunity to meet someone who's the King of Cups. Whenever I get the King of Cups, when it has to do with love and relationship, they are like if there was an ideal person, the King of Cups represents it for me because, what Spirit has shown me, it's the card that tells me it's worth, you know, allowing this one to drift away because what's coming for you is for you. Yeah, right? Which is this perfect, it's like, it's in our mind, it's like this perfect person that is loving, is able to communicate their emotions, is intelligent, able to communicate and talk, mental stimulation, emotional stimulation. It's, like Christ consciousness energy in a way too with it all, because it's someone who's compassionate, loving, giving, caring, intelligent, powerful, it's like, wow. And it's like, yeah, I will take that, please, and so just know that this is what's happening here, that, when you them not responding is for you, and you can even in your heart, you don't have to tell them that, just go, you know what? I'm grateful that they're not responding to me, because if I get caught up in them, I'm delayed in meeting them, because as soon as I'm releasing Arnold and going, yeah, I'm allowing you to go, because what's coming is so much more in alignment with my heart with my, it's I love when spirit tells us that we deserve to be with someone like ourselves, and not in a mean way. You deserve you, no, it's like you deserve to be with someone who's compassionate and loving and caring and faithful and wants to communicate how much you care and you want to be around and spend time with them, and you want to discover their love language and receive that back from them too, and you deserve that, and that's who is coming your way, someone who is more in alignment with that. So allow Arnold to show you who they were, and you're like, okay, thank you for that. Because, and I think we might have mentioned this before too, is when we have these experiences of individuals who don't match up with our energy, when we meet someone who does, we're so much more appreciative of it because of having experienced the opposite. We are like, things that we would have taken for granted before, we're like, "Whoa, I love this about you," so that's what's coming in. All right, so hopefully that helps, Brenda. Hang in there, my dear, and just start focusing on gratitude for that King of Cups coming your way. That allow raise our love vibration, right? And like I said, looking at those things that we were talking about too with that 10, the 10 of swords is letting go of the expectations, letting go of all that supposed to, should, need to, have to, must when it comes to relationship and who you think you have to be and supposed to be in them and everything else. It's like I'm just gonna start focusing on gratitude and enjoying the moment instead of trying to fix anything, trying to control anything, and really look at what we're fearing as well. If Arnold responds, it's gonna take a long time with that, Knight of, Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. But I would, if they do respond after this message, why would you want to interact with them? You know what I'm saying? Do you wanna delay the King of Cups coming your way? Well, then go ahead, interact with them. But I feel like, you know, "Brenda, don't do it." You're like, "Yeah." So if they do respond, you might be you might be like, um, you're not the response to Arnold now is gonna be different if he does respond to you. You're gonna be like, "I deserve more." And you'd be like, you can just a little emoticon back, "Oh, hey, bye," "Have fun." You're not gonna worry about their responses anymore, because that's they're not for you. So I like it. All right. So that's what they have for you, Brenda, my dear. I'm excited for your King of Cups. All right. And then Courtney, thank you so much for your donation. Let me give that some love and a like there. How are you? So is M ignoring your text messages? Is that what that is? Oh no. Absolutely. My pleasure, Brenda. It's your spirit guides too, so I love, their messages for you because they are in your court and in your corner for sure. All right, I'm just gonna give these a shuffle real quick here, Courtney. Take a quick sip of coffee. My iced coffee at this point. All right, let's take a look here, Courtney. What's going on with M? Is he ignoring your messages or what's up? Let's get a little nosy here. Hmm. Right. Okay. You get a King of Cups too. You know, I feel here what's going on below the surface here, Courtney. We got the Ace of Coins, Ace of Pentacles. I do feel like they have this new opportunity in their life that's really been taking a lot of their time. They got the Hanged Ghost here too, which is the Hanged Man, which is transformation. The Six of Coins here, the Six of Pentacles, is telling me here that they have um, a lot to deal with in their inner child. And what I mean by that is that, they have this way out of balance ratio of what they feel they have to give to be able to receive. And so their inner child really pushes things out. They self-sabotage things, because they're like, "You don't deserve this yet. You can't have this yet." They have these force fields up. They try to bring in anything they don't deserve that gets repelled out, whether it is promotions, jobs, romance, whatever it is. And you might even see this in their life that they seem to, um, if they get like a promotion, they lose it, or they get a job that makes money, they lose it, or whatever they're wanting in life doesn't seem to be able to get to them because their inner child is keeping score, going, "You don't deserve this yet." And so I don't feel like they're ignoring you. I feel like their inner child is not allowing them to have things. And so they're distracting them, making it impossible for them to interact with you, if that makes sense. And then for you though, that's why I'm like, I like a lot like Brenda, because you get a King of Cups coming in here too. Um, you got the Chariot and the Three of Wands. The Three of Wands is about a change of direction that you take. And the Chariot is movement and change and power of choice. So I feel like you are like, "Well, you know what? I am going to choose just to go a different way for me." And I like that because you have the Ace of Wands and even in the Knight of Wands, which is fast movement coming in here. But I like this Ace of Wands because there's a new passion, a new spark that comes if you'll move on and just release that energy. And amazingly enough, like I was just talking with Brenda, the King of Cups, this is a message of from Spirit that this is one of the big cards that Spirit gives me about, wow, the person who's coming your way is amazing because they can communicate. They're the King of Cups rolls over emotion, and so they can communicate emotion. They understand emotion. They're not afraid of emotion. They can express their emotion. But they're also all the kings are given a second portion of air, which is of the mind, which means it's also communication. So they're a great communicator. They're intelligent, and they, you know, um, can get things done. And but I mean, they're just like this person that's very balanced between head and heart. And you're like, whoa, balanced? What's that? Right. And I like it for you though, but that's what's coming in there. I feel like they're not ignoring you specifically. I just feel like their inner child just takes them on these roller coaster rides that totally distracts them from everything, and they just don't have the capacity to interact, because they just have this low subconscious, low self worth, and their inner child's going, "No, you don't deserve any of this. I'm not going to let you have it until you've done all this." And so, and I don't feel like they do a whole lot of inner work at this time in their life. They're enjoying, not that they're enjoying it, but they're enjoying the journey of feeling that way, right? Yeah. So I like this for you, Courtney. Just realize this is all about what's going on with them, and it's like, but you definitely have this beautiful, beautiful relationship that comes your way here. Just, while you're waiting for them, look into your own self and go, okay, how can I learn about what, of my own mindsets can I let go? What of my old emotions that I can let go? I'm going to declutter my home and declutter my mind, declutter my heart, declutter my energy. And I'm just going to, prepare for this beautifully balanced person to come into my life. And in the meantime, I'm going to enjoy my moments. So I like that for you. All right. That's what they have for you, Courtney. Again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. All right. I think that is the end of the donations right now. You are very welcome. And I'm going to be on here. It's 12:40 already. I'm going to be on for about 15 more minutes. And what I will do, since I'm not back until Friday for free readings, I will come back on and complete out the free readings for today. I have a praying mantis session after this, and then I'm going to eat, and then I'll be back on sometime later this afternoon to finish those out. And I will go down in order, first come, first serve. Like here, I'll be taking screenshots here in a moment. But if anyone wants to prioritize theirs to make sure I get to it in this session and you don't want to wait, you can do that too. But in the meantime, I'm going to zip up to the top here. And Minahil, you were the first free reading coming up. So you wanted a future, career reading. Let's take a look here. Let's just give these a shuffle. And let's take a look. So future career. What does Spirit want you to know about your future career here? All right. Well, look at this. Boom. You got the Emperor here and the Six of Coins, the Six of Pentacles. So the Emperor energy is about choosing, like they have a lot of advisors in their head around career going, this is what you should do, need to do, have to do, must do, right? And the Emperor goes, all right, thank you for all your opinion, but I rule my life. And this is a big balancing out of your head and your heart and going, okay, what is it that my heart, I want, it's giving your heart a seat at the table to go, what do I want to do with my life? It's my life to live. Am I going to try to, live up to what everyone else has told me I'm supposed to? You can, but at some point you're going to be like, oh God, I can't take it anymore. I got to live, not exist. And this is where you're at with your future career, is to really discover, what is it? Get out of your head and out of all the advice and the opinions and go, what is it that would make my heart sing? Even look at, when's the last 5 times that my heart felt full, like it felt overjoyed and overflowing? What was I doing? And how can I make money doing that? And legally, right? Or illegally, but don't blame me. And also, if you're unsure, there's a great book, if I haven't talked about it with you yet. It's called Discovering Your Dharma, which is your life purpose, by Sahara Rose. If you check out her website, it's iamsahararose.com. And she's got some free, if you look under like the um, purpose tab and the Ayurveda tab, there's some quizzes you can take that will help you understand more about how you want to express things to the world and your heart. And it's a great book if you have a chance to pick it up. Very encouraging, and asks a lot of great questions to help you understand, what is it? How do I want to do this? But I feel like that's what it is here. It's this balancing between your heart and your mind, and allowing you to pursue something that's more in alignment with making your heart sing, rather than just existing in your mind, checking off a lot of things, off a list instead. So that's what they have for you, Minahil. So many blessings to you. And blessed one, you are up next. You want to know what's new coming in here. So what does Spirit want you to know? What heads up do they want to give you here? All right. Wow. Look at this. 2 major arcana coming in here. You definitely have a new beginning with the Fool card coming in, but it starts with this time as the High Priestess. The High Priestess, she steps away from the chaos of her world, goes into her High Priestess temple, connects with the spirit world, goes behind the veil, dives deep into the unknown and the hidden, into her emotions. And then this information, the unknown that comes uh, to her, allows her, with this Fool card, it's the first card in the major arcana, allows a new beginning that's free of a lot of fears and expectations. And it's like you end an old cycle and you begin this new adventure into the unknown. um, in a way, I feel like you, as a high priestess, you're pretty intuitive, so you have a good inkling of what's this path going towards, but there's not a lot of restriction. You're not doing a whole lot of have tos and shoulds and need tos. It's this freedom, and it's significant, being 2 major arcana too. So I like this. It's like a life altering thing, not just a little bit of a small daily change. It's like it's going to change significantly what, like where you're living, what you're doing, job, love, whatever. It's a significant new adventure that comes in here for you. So I like that for you, blessed one. Definitely something new of significance coming in. All right, so that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. All right, and Supernova, thank you for your additional donation. And I don't see a question yet, so I'll wait for that. But for the sake of time, since I've only got 10 minutes left here in this session, I'm going to jump over here to the Doll Face Diva. He wanted some spirit messages. So, Doll Face Diva. Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know right now, right now? Wow. Two major arcana for you too. And you've been in this transformation with the hanging ghost, which is the hanged man. So transformation like a butterfly in a cocoon, right? And the death and rebirth. I mean, both of these are transformation and death and rebirth, and two major arcana. But I feel like it's the rebirth is happening. You've been transforming and transforming and transforming, right? You just I feel like I've been a caterpillar in a cocoon for 10 years, but you're the beautiful butterfly that's about to emerge out of the cocoon. This is saying it's time, the rebirth, this alteration is happening. And so get ready for it because it's like um, the struggle of the butterfly getting out of the cocoon is what's been building up your wing muscles, and you're about to bust out of the cocoon, and then you just need to let your wings dry for a moment, and then you're off and flying on a new adventure, seeking after things that you didn't desire before. Caterpillars, they go after like eating leaves, and that's what they do: eat, and become fat caterpillars, right? But the butterflies, they want nectar. They go after the nectar, and they actually help. Like bees, they fly from flower to flower, and they get the pollen on their legs, and they help pollinate too. And so you help birth things, and you get to go great distances that you wouldn't have been able to go before. Caterpillars, so huge change coming in here, and I love that for you. But this, what's been going on forever and ever and ever and ever, you're ready to for this birthing to come in. So I like it. All right, so that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you, Dollface Diva. All right, and I don't see a question yet, Supernova. So I'm going to jump to Kritika Malhotra. Hey, so you're going to go visit Amity Business School with a friend tomorrow. You absolutely hate it, but your parents want you to go. How will it go? All right, let's take a look here. You hate it. Well, hate is such a strong word. Wow. Two major arcana too. You got the Empress and the Emperor. So there's beautiful. I guess here's mom and dad. Are they going with you? But there's this here's divine counterparts, the Emperor who rules over all kings, and the Empress who rules over all queens. So, a lot of divine masculine, a lot of divine feminine energy coming in here. And I feel like, you know, there's an opportunity where you might just meet someone who feels like an equal there, because this is like so powerful with this energy that's coming in, and you even got the King of Cups on the bottom, which we were just talking about a little bit ago. Like you might actually meet someone that you're just like, who are you? So someone who's like an equal, I feel you meet. It feels very powerful. um, I just feel like you meet a very an intriguing individual, and to say that is amazing because you don't have a low bar for people. To be impressed, you have a high bar of impression, right? Where people, you expect a lot of people, and not in a bad way. You just like, but it takes a lot to really impress you, and I feel like there's someone that really you're just like, dang, all right, in a lot of ways, a lot of different ways, because it's, all four suits are represented, so it's you're impressed with someone's mind, someone's passion of life, someone's emotions, and someone's physical appearance, and what they accomplish in the outside world. And so you're just kind of like, okay, maybe I don't hate this place as much as I thought. So that's what's coming in there for you, Kritika. Mehotra. So enjoy it and keep your eyes open, keep your eyes peeled. All right. So that's what they have there for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Perfect. All right, there we go. Thank you so much, Nova, for your additional donations. You're so generous. Let's take a look here. So, you want to know what makes your energy bright and light, and why is this way at the age you're at, even with the negative experiences you have? All right, very good. So, like, what's the deal? Why do you have this brightness even after all the darkness that you've been through? Let's take a look here. What does Spirit want you to know here? Why so bright? All right. So let's take a look here. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah. So even on the bottom of the deck, I mean, the bottom of the deck, you have the Page of Cups, which is heightened emotions. And they have the Page of Cups. They offer the Ace of Cups. Got the Ace of Cups down here too, which there's this um certain amount of emotional energy that you were just granted with. And you even got, I mean, you've got I'm just going to show you all these. You got the King of Cups, you got the Nine of Cups, inner love. And the King of Cups offers that, um the the Ace of Cups too. In the Nine of Cups, the nine is the hermit's journey, and it's about turning inward and upward. And it's it's like emotional dreams come true, but it's like you've just had this certain portion of self-love that has just been here. And it's part, I mean, with all of these four, with all of the, and one of them having been your, um, been your, underlying energies. I mean, all of it has to do with the self love and the connection to the spirit world. You even got the moon card. So the moon card is she rolls over all of emotion. And so when you said, you were born, with a great amount of emotional connection, and spiritual connection too. And we've kind of talked a little bit about, I don't know, about being an indigo child, and that you came on purpose, for purpose, in a huge way, um to help people get past this barrier, and to take people to new levels beyond this. You came for such a time as this, Aquarius, the age of Aquarius, of changing and transformation. And when you realize that, so much of what is going on, and of course, the bottom of the deck, we've got your calling, the Judgment card, the calling card, that, this has been your calling. You've had this connection since you were born, knowing it's like a lot of indigo children are in, a lot of souls, a lot of star seeds, a lot of light workers all came for this time to help the earth and the collective move to its next place. For us, we're doing it for us. And so when we came down, we knew, with all of the energies and the makeups of all the individuals, that the purpose that we had. And you just have this natural light that is there, because it's part of, it's like the magical tool you've been given to be able to achieve what the mission is, why you came here, in addition to everything else for your own self. But this is the purpose that you wanted to do, and it's just part of the tools that you were given, right? You feel extraterrestrial. Phone home, ET, phone home. So yeah, definitely on purpose, for purpose. And so, you know, there's so much that you chose, family wise, ancestry, where you were born, all the astrology that came in, um, the past life energy that you accumulated, all of it has been for this time. And that's why you just have that natural light as well. So, boom. Yeah, and then, not feeling like you can relate to others and feeling an alien. Definitely, um, starseed, and, light worker, energies. A lot of people feel that way. So, yeah, crazy, but not surprising. Well said. All right, so that's what they have for you right now. Supernova, a lot, for that there. So, I do need to, so for everyone else, like I said, I will be back in a couple hours to finish up the readings. And Grace 1111, you are where I left off, so you are where I will start. Let me just grab some screenshots here. Go down here. Okay. And what I will do on the video, once I complete everything, sorry, I'm just making sure here. There's a lot of conversation that I don't need to capture. I just want to make sure I'm not skipping over anyone, though. There we go, Crystal Lee. I will pin a comment on the video when I come back, listing the order in which I completed the readings so that you can find it more easily. Okay, go down to there. All right. Sorry, I just have to focus because I do not want to bypass someone. And because I do appreciate, I know not everyone can give donations. Donations are what allow me to, to be able to offer all the free readings. And I lost my place. Let me just check. Okay, that's where I thought I left off, but see what happens when I try to do two things at once. All right, so let's just go down here. We did those, we did those. All right, and let me just grab this page. Okay, we did that, we did that, we did that, we did that. All right, actually, I don't need to capture that. All those are done. All right, so I shall return. And like I said, I'll post a pinned comment on this video, and then the next one, a link from this video to the new one and who I completed, and then on the actual video itself also there, so you can find your readings there. So thank you guys again so much for all the love, all the support, all the thumbs up. It does help spread the Zen love. So thanks for being part of the love tsunami. And thank you for all the donations. It is, like I said, how I live and eat, and it allows me to definitely give back a lot of the free content. Otherwise, I'd be so exhausted, I'd hardly be on at all. So thank you guys so much for helping me live my dream and sharing those love messages. So until I see you guys again, let me just see. I've got like just a quick sec here. Make sure, if you haven't checked out the Valentine's Day pick a card, here's a quick link to that. Also, if you haven't checked out your energy forecast for the year, here is a quick link to that playlist as well. And also the winter summer solstice readings. Those are some additional things. If you want to have something to watch and get some additional information while you're waiting for your reading. All right, everybody, know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things, our creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, enjoy the rest of your day or night, depending on where you're at in the world. And until I see you, much love to you. You hang in there. You take care of yourself. We'll see you.